Hello, guys. We are back. And as I mentioned in the last video for Monday, we are now in March and in a new unit. We are in Unit 2. Yesterday on Monday, you should have, on March 1st, Monday, you should have completed Lesson 2.01. And today, you should be working, Tuesday, March 2nd, you should be working on Lesson 2 of Unit 2. And there will be a quiz attached to this. Tomorrow you'll start on 2.03 and it's due by Thursday. You be sure and take good notes for that because the next one that's going to cover it, you're going to have a weekend. That's going to follow up on 204 and information from the 204 quiz. There could be information from this 203 quiz there. So be sure that you take good notes and save them where you can find them. And we are going to be doing our in live classes on Wednesday. We are going to be taking our ELA interim exam, and that will be due by 5 p.m. on Thursday. If you show up to class on time at 8:30, you should have enough time in class to get that done, but it is due by 5 p.m. Thursday, March 4th. All right, so let's go on to the lesson here. And if you don't know how to get here, I showed that in my previous video. Please go watch it on how to get here. Let me go ahead and turn this into student view so it looks just like what yours does. Again, I go over the 3 important things you need to do on Monday, which is check your email, check your grades, and check the class announcements. Here's where you can find our calendar, and the class announcements are just right below. I'm not going to go in as much depth because that was covered in the last lesson, so hopefully you remember. All right, let's go on up to content and get to our Unit 2. All right, we are in Unit 2, Poetry and Persuasion, and the Lesson 1 had the same title as the unit. Please don't get confused. We've completed that learn. Now we are going to do Lesson 2, Persuasion. See, there's a learn and an assessment attached to it. Of course, we need to do these learn first. Always start with the lesson introduction because it has the all-important student guide to it. Persuasion Introduction. Persuasion. Have you ever found yourself trying to persuade someone to understand your thoughts or actions? Maybe you try to convince your parents to let you go to that movie all your friends are going to. Or maybe you were trying to persuade your family to go where you wanted to for vacation. Whatever the circumstance, when you try to convince someone to follow along with your ideas, there are some basic steps you most likely take. Starting your argument, introducing the facts, making an appeal to logic, and providing evidence to support your ideas. In this lesson, you'll be exploring how writers use these same techniques to structure a persuasive essay. And there's 2 slides, so we go to slide 2. And of course, that's where we can find our student guide. Always download that. So it opens up in another tab. You get your lesson objectives. You get keywords. And our keywords here are conjunctive adverb, and that's a part adverb and part conjunction, and it's used to connect 2 independent clauses. Elaborate, to discuss a subject in greater detail. Evidence, a specific detail such as a fact or expert opinion that supports a reason. Hook, a surprising or intriguing passage, idea, or image used to grab the reader's attention, usually at the beginning of the work. Main idea, the most important point of the paragraph. Reason, a statement that explains why something is or why it should be. Thesis statement, the sentence that states the main idea of an essay. Tone, the writer's attitude toward the topic or subject. And that's it. We don't have any materials on this one to download, but if you may go ahead and open up those materials that you downloaded during the last lesson. We may use some of those in this one. All right, and since we've been to slide 2, now we're going to go up here to the top and press the forward arrow to go to module 2. The main idea. How are opinions and facts introduced in a persuasive essay? Obviously, the writer needs to plan carefully. In this activity, you'll begin to understand how a writer presents the information in a persuasive essay. You know that a thesis statement is the sentence that states the main idea of an essay, and that it belongs in the introductory paragraph of an essay. You also learned that it does not have to be the first sentence in the essay. It doesn't have to be the last statement in the paragraph either. In the introductory paragraph after the thesis statement, you'll often find one or two sentences that make the thesis even clearer. Okay, slide 2. Finding the point. Read the first paragraph of the model persuasive essay, A Cat is Not a Can of Soup, which we read in lesson 1. Can you identify the thesis statement? And it says, select the button to review the thesis statement. Have you been thinking of getting a pet? Wait a minute before you rush down to the pet shop. Adopting a pet from the Ferndale shelter is often a wiser move than buying one. However, many families hesitate to visit the shelter because they aren't aware of its advantages or have mistaken ideas about what they will find there. Okay, can you point out the thesis statement that contains the main idea? All right, let's check and see if you got it right. Right here, adopting a pet from the Ferndale shelter is often a wiser move than buying one. The statement that I just read tells what the whole essay will be about. Carefully read the other sentences in the paragraph. The question, have you been thinking of getting a pet, is the hook that gets you interested. The final sentence introduces some related ideas, but does not address the main focus of the entire essay. Slide 3. Now reread the paragraph, paying attention to the sentence that follows. The thesis statement is the sentence that states the main idea of an essay. What is the purpose of the following sentence? However, many families hesitate to visit the shelter because they aren't aware of its advantages or have mistaken ideas about what they will find there. Is the purpose A, to tell readers that shelters are not good places to visit? B, to expand upon the idea of the thesis statement? C, to create a second thesis statement? Or D, to suggest people should buy a pet at a pet shop? I'm just going to pick one. I don't know if it's the right one. No, it's not. That's what happens when you get the wrong answer. But you can always and should always try again. So you tell me, what is the answer? Hey, sorry, I've got 2 female cats in here. What is the purpose for that sentence? All right, I'm going to say it's to tell readers that the shelters are not a good place, to expand upon the idea of the thesis statement, to create a second. I think it's just going to expand it. Whoop, whoop. Correct. Once you know the correct answer, be sure that you open up that Word document. You can either open up your previous one from Unit 1 and then just rename it 2.1 and 2.2 review document. That's fine. Or you can open up a new one. And to do that, you just click blank. And I'm going to do this ELA 2.02. Oh, what was the name of this lesson? Persuasion. Persuasion 1. There's a 1 beside it. Persuasion 1 review. And then we're going to put number 1. And I'm going to copy. So I'm going to click on all this, highlight all this. Well, it's not letting me really highlight all of it. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Right click, copy, or Control C. And then you can do Control V to paste it, but I like to right click because then I get a choice of how I want it to paste. And see, I want it to paste just like that. Now, instead of it doing number 2, I want it to do answer. And so now I'm going to copy and paste the answer. So now that I know the correct answer, highlight it, right-click copy. Click over here, right-click, and paste. And then now I'm going to back out and put 2. And then it's going to go right back to what we were doing before. All right. And then we're going to move on to slide 3. How do you know that? Writers back up thesis statements with reason. A reason is a general statement made in support of the writer's point of view. In a persuasive essay, writers generally devote an entire paragraph to each reason. Therefore, writers start a new paragraph each time they present a new reason. Each reason is the topic sentence of the paragraph in which it appears. Reasons can be opinions or facts, which the writer needs to support with evidence. Evidence consists of the factual information or expert opinions that support a reason. Read the paragraph, select the buttons to highlight the different parts of the paragraph. Another advantage to visiting the Ferndale shelter is that the workers have gotten to know the pets well and can help you make your choice. For example, as Tony showed me around, she pointed out a fat orange cat and told me Ginger is very jealous, so she'll do best at a one-cat home. Of one timid gray tabby, she said, Joey's always shy around strangers, but very playful and friendly when he gets to know you. She showed me dogs that were relaxed with children and others that were more suited to live with only adults. All right, let's look at reason. So the reason is another advantage to visiting the Ferndale shelter is the workers have gotten to know the pets and can help you make your choice. That's their number one reason. Here's the evidence. For example, Tony showed me, she pointed to one cat, Ginger, and said, she is jelly. She only needs to be with one, she needs to be the only cat in the home. And then the second one that she points out is she pointed out another little kitty, a little gray tabby, and he's very shy, but once he gets to know you, he's very playful and friendly. And then she talks about not just cats, but dogs. She also shows that there's a dog. This dog is relaxed with children, would be good with kids, but this dog over here really needs to only live with adults. Opposing points of view. There are at least 2 ways to present information in a persuasive essay. In some essays, writers state their main reasons simply. They don't refer to points of view other than their own. Sometimes writers use the strategy that Karen uses in A Cat is Not a Can of Soup. She anticipates possible objections and argues against them. Her strategy is to defend her reasons by explaining why another point of view is not valid. Think about the model essay. Identify all the objections that Amy anticipated. So again, you're going to find all of them. Some people think that the pets at the shelters are likely to be diseased or vicious. Possibly. Some people believe purebred animals are unavailable at a shelter. Possibly. Some people assume that pet shop animals are more likely to be healthy and well-adjusted than other animals. Possibly. Some people feel that volunteers at a shelter are not trained to know about animals. Didn't really talk about that. Let's check and see if we're right. Whoop, whoop. Yes, we got it. Amy anticipated that some people think pets at shelters are likely to be diseased or vicious and assume that pet shop animals are more likely to be healthy and well-adjusted than other animals. She also expected that some people believe purebred animals are unavailable at a shelter. Again, here's where you're going to copy all of that and put it in your review document. Right-click and paste. Uh-oh. Okay, this did not do it the way I wanted it to do it. Okay, let's take out some of these. Okay, it's not. Okay, let me undo that and redo it the proper way. Let me just take it out. We'll do it one step at a time. I thought I could skip steps. Not going to work. Uh-oh. Took out too much. Okay. Let me go back over here and just do the question. Copy. Oh, sorry. Where did my thing go? There it is. It's behind. It's hiding. Am I not sharing my screen anymore? Are we not recording? We're still recording. Are you seeing my screen? I hope y'all are still sharing my screen. I hope you're still seeing my screen. All right, now I'm gonna click. Right click, and that's not the way I want it. That's the way I want it. Okay, and then we're gonna have 3 answers here. I'm sorry, it's just going really, really slow. It's being really, really glitchy. All right, and then we're gonna copy this again, right click, and next to that A, I'm gonna click. And since it's being so glitchy, I'm not gonna literally show you. And then I'm gonna do A again for the next answer. I'm clicking. I'll show you the end one, copy. Come over here. You've seen me copy and paste before. And then I'm going to right click and paste. And then answer. We've got one more answer, A colon. And I'm going to highlight, right click, copy, bring it over here. And I always want to hit Control V, but I need to do it this way so that it works. Okay, and then something I'm going to do a little bit different is E for explanation. So let me see if I can do it like this. I'm putting my E for explanation, and then I'm going to copy all of the explanation. Copy, and then I'm going to click back on this, right click, and put that in there. Okay, so that I even have the explanation. So I'm going to backspace out, put number 3. So we're ready for our next question. Next one. Did I save this? No, I haven't saved it. Let me show you that. File, save as, this PC, and I'm going to put ELA 2.02, or you can put study guide. Whatever you want to put. I'm going to put review, but you could put study guide, however you want to do it. Hopefully you have a folder set up down here that's for your ELA stuff. And even within that, maybe you have within that ELA folder, another folder for OLS lessons like this, another folder for PowerPoints from the lesson, or another folder that has, I don't know, the whiteboards and stuff that you're saving from classes, live classes, whatever. And then click save. And I'm going to move this over here, back to the second screen. All right, and we're going to move on. We're on 5 of 5, so we're going to move to Module 2. Responding as a writer. When you read an essay from a writer's perspective, you can discover techniques that you can apply to your own writing. You are already familiar with many of the techniques that a writer uses. Refer to the model essay, A Cat is Not a Can of Soup, as you answer the following questions. All right, we're on slide 1. Let's go to slide 2. To begin an essay needs to have an appropriate tone. Tone is the writer's attitude toward the topic or subject. The tone should always match the essay's content. For example, you would confuse your readers if you presented a serious argument in a playful tone. Respond as a writer. Amy's general tone matches her subject. Which is the best description of her tone? A, sad and serious. B, happy and humorous. C, casual and matter of fact, or D, passionate and upset? Okay, check your answer. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste that into your review document. When you're ready, come back and move forward with us. All right, let's go to slide 3. Hook. The model essay begins with a hook. Remember that a hook of an essay is a device used to grab the reader's attention. Think about what the hook of think about what the hook does in this essay. Select the button and see the hook. Have you been thinking of getting a pet? Wait a minute before you rush down to the pet shop. Adopting a pet from the Ferndale shelter is often a wiser move than buying one. However, many families hesitate to visit the shelter because they aren't aware of its advantages or have mistaken ideas about what they will find there. All right, can you find the hook? See if you can. When you're ready to check, click back on here and let's look at the hook. It's this first question. Have you been thinking of getting a pet? A lot of times a hook can be a question like that. Questions often get a reader's attention. Amy's audience will be people who answer yes to the question because they're interested in pets. Slide 4. Vivid language. To write an essay that will hold the audience's attention, writers try to use specific language and vivid images. A vivid, strong image can also help a writer make an important point. You probably noticed that Karen compares cats to cans of soup. Why do you think Karen compared cats to a can of soup? A, in order to emphasize that animals cost about the same as animals cost about the price of groceries. B, in order to make the point that a shelter is often packed with animals. C, in order to emphasize that animals were not being treated like living creatures. Or D, in order to point out that pets shouldn't be driven around town like bags of groceries. Think of your answer. Click it. Check and see. Once you know the correct answer, be sure to copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Then you're ready to move forward with us. Slide 5. Convincing conclusion. Once writers have made all their points, they have to write a convincing conclusion. As you know, there is more than one way to end an essay. Which strategy did Karen use in her conclusion? A, she added one more convincing point to make her case. B, she added to the reader's emotions. C, she restated her main idea. Or D, she told the readers why the issue is important to her. If you don't remember, you can always go back and open up the story. Which I'm trying to look to see where I have it. I don't see it right now. Anyway, you can open it back up and look to see how she ended. Check your answer. Once you know the correct answer and the question, be sure and copy and paste that into your review document. Once you've done so, you're ready to move forward. So back up at the top, we're going to push the forward arrow and move on to Module 3. Reflection on the persuasive essay. Think about what you learned about writing a persuasive essay. In your own words, what is the purpose of the persuasive essay? Think of your answer. All right, let's see if it matches. The writer tries to convince readers of his or her own viewpoint of a topic. Remember, persuasion, it's usually you have some kind of an argument. You want someone to see things the way you see things. You're trying to convince someone of something. Number 2, what are some elements of a persuasive essay? Think of your answer. All right, let's check and see if you're on the right track. A persuasive essay should begin with a hook to grab readers' interests. The thesis statement should be presented in the first paragraph. It is often followed by an explanatory sentence. The body of the essay should contain reasons and evidence. The conclusion summarizes the ideas, restates the thesis in different words, or asks the readers to take some action. You may want to copy and paste this somewhere, maybe in your vocabulary document, okay? Just to be sure you know what goes in that introductory paragraph. All right, slide 2. Using facts in a persuasive essay. In a persuasive essay, authors include both facts that support their claims and facts that others might use to refute their claims. By acknowledging facts that may be used to refute their arguments, authors actually make their arguments stronger. Let's sort through some of the facts used in A Cat is Not a Can of Soup. Select the best description for the following sentence. Some pet shop owners buy dogs from puppy mills. A, facts that support the claim, or B, facts that refute the claim. What do you think? Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste into your review document, and then check your answer. Yeah, be sure and check. Once you know which one's correct, copy and paste into your review document. And then you're ready to move on to number 2. Select the best description for the following sentence. Some good pet shops are run by animal lovers. Is that a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Pick your answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready to move on to question 3. Select the best description for the following sentence. Shelter workers care for the animal's health. Is that a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Click on your answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready for number 4. Select the best description for the following sentence. Sometimes shelter animals arrive at the shelter sick. Is that a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Click on your answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste that into your review document. Now you're ready for question 5. Select the best description for the following sentence. Shelter animals can't be adopted until they have had shots. Is that a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Click on your answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready for question 6. Okay. Select the best description for the following sentence. Some people believe that shelter animals are vicious. Is that a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Pick your answer. Check it. Copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready for 7. Select the best description for the following sentence. Good pets can be abandoned at shelters by their owners. Is that a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Pick your answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the correct answer in question into your review document. Now you're ready for question 8. Select the best description for the following sentence. Oh, we've already done that one. There we go. Select the best description for the following sentence. Shelter workers know the animals well. Is that a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Click your answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready for question 9. Select the best description for the following sentence. People purchase purebred dogs from a breeder. Is this a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Click on your answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your Word document, and you're ready for the 10th and final question. Select the best description for the following sentence. Dogs adopted from shelters are often much less expensive. Is this a fact that supports the claim or a fact that refutes the claim? Click on your answer, check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. And then we're ready to move on to slide 3. Drawing inferences. Sometimes authors of persuasive texts elaborate on their claim using facts and evidence, and then expect the reader to draw their own inferences and conclusions. Elaborate means to discuss a subject in greater detail. This is actually an excellent technique for persuading readers. If readers create their own ideas on a topic, they're more likely to believe what the author is trying to say. Let's check out some examples from A Cat is Not a Can of Soup, where the author is guiding us to make inferences about her evidence. These shop owners may buy dogs from puppy mills, businesses that turn out puppies as if they were actually cans of soup. The people running these mills provide food, water, and a place to sleep, but not much else. Sometimes they let the animals live in appalling conditions. Good pets are often abandoned by selfish owners who move, have a change in their family situation, or dump the litters after letting their animals breed. Let's look at this first one. Sometimes they let animals live in appalling conditions. Pay close attention to the author's language here. She refers to animals being treated like cans of soup and living in appalling conditions. Think about what she wants you to infer. Would you assume that animals who have been living in appalling conditions could make good pets? Most readers will infer that puppies from puppy mills will not make good pets. Good pets are often abandoned by selfish blah, blah, blah. Here again, the author guides the reader to draw inferences about shelter pets. Based on the fact that shelter pets have been abandoned by selfish owners, the reader infers that the animals are well behaved and well adjusted, and that they're in shelters only because of a mistake made by their owners. Module 4, or slide 4, sorry. More reflection on the essay. Once you have read the essay and analyzed the author's reasons, it's time to decide whether you agree with the author. Some questions that you might think about include, do you agree with the author's point of view now that you have read her essay? Why or why not? What did you learn from the essay that may be useful when you write your own? Record any thoughts you have about the persuasive essay. Keep track of these thoughts to help you when you write your own essay. On the next screen, pay attention to Tyler's reflects on A Cat is Not a Can of Soup. Slide 5. Things I like. Okay, so play the video. I'm not going to play the video right now for you. You can play the video and watch it as you're doing this. You can pause this video while that's playing and come back when you're done. All right, some of the things that Tyler liked was it showed me how to structure my essay, how it presented and supported ideas, the words that painted vivid pictures. What Tyler would change: support my personal opinions with facts. All right, now we're ready to move up here at the top arrow to move on to Module 4. Conjunctive adverbs. As you're writing your persuasive essay, you will find times you may need to make a connection between different ideas. In order to do this, you may decide to use a conjunctive adverb. A conjunctive adverb is part adverb and part conjunction used to connect two independent clauses. Pay attention as Mr. Winaki discusses conjunctive adverbs. Okay, again, I'm not going to play the video. You can pause this video and listen to that video in your own module. Come back when you are finished. All right, now that you have watched Mr. Winaki discuss conjunctive adverbs, let's move on to slide 2. Arnold, okay, we have the words bank over here of however, accordingly, consequently, also, and finally. Arnold is working on his persuasive essay. Blank, he is having a hard time using conjunctive adverbs. I'm going to go with maybe however. Blank, he made mistake. Blank, he made make a list of conjunctive adverbs. Consequently, maybe. He looked up information about conjunctive adverbs. Blank, he found out that adverbs modify a verb. Oh, I'm going to put consequently down here, and I'm going to put accordingly up here. I think consequently fits better there. Blank, he discovered that conjunctions connect phrases and clauses. He also, because we always know that finally is going to go into our last point. Finally, comma, Arnold practiced identifying conjunctive adverbs in books he was reading for class. Let's check and see. Woohoo, I got it right. You can always reset and try it again. And you can click on this audio. You can pause this video and click on this audio to hear feedback on why those are the correct ones. All right, slide 3. Persuasion 4. Using conjunctive adverbs in your writing. Conjunctive adverbs are used to connect separate ideas in a sentence between sentences. When you use conjunctive adverbs to connect ideas, use a semicolon, a comma, or the word by itself. When conjunctive adverbs are used to connect two main clauses, you should use a semicolon between the clauses. The correct way of writing this is main clause, semicolon, conjunctive adverb, comma, main clause. The conjunctive adverb in the following sentence is otherwise. My teacher doesn't allow cell phones in class, semicolon, conjunctive adverb, otherwise, comma, I would be getting texts from my friends all day long. If the conjunctive adverb comes at the beginning of the sentence, it should be immediately followed by a comma. The correct way of writing this is conjunctive adverb, comma, rest of sentence. The conjunctive adverb in the following sentence is therefore. I stayed up all night watching the meteor shower, period. Therefore, there's your conjunctive adverb being used at the beginning of a sentence, comma, I need to go to bed early tonight, the rest of your sentence. Slide 4. Even more ways to use conjunctive verbs. If the sentence isn't really interrupted by connecting the two clauses, then the use of a comma is not necessary. The principal will be observing our class today, so please behave accordingly. If the conjunctive adverb appears in the middle of the sentence, it should be surrounded by commas on either side. The correct use of the sentence, conjunctive adverb, comma, rest of sentence. Going to the pizza parlor, comma, however, comma, does not sound like a good idea. Slide 5. Let's practice using conjunctive adverbs to connect ideas. Remember to check for correct punctuation in each sentence. Which of the following sentences correctly includes the conjunctive adverb, however? Adopting a pet from the Ferndale shelter is often a wiser move than buying one, period. However, many families hesitate to visit the shelter because they aren't aware of its advantages, period. B. Adopting a pet from the Ferndale shelter is often wiser than buying one, period. However, many, comma, families, comma, hesitate to visit the shelter because they aren't aware of its advantages, period. C. Adopting a pet from the Ferndale shelter is often a wiser move than buying one, period. However, comma, many families hesitate to visit the shelter because they aren't aware of its advantages, period. Click on your answer, check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready for question 2. Which of the following sentences correctly include the conjunctive adverb instead? A. A family friend wanted only a purebred dog, comma, so he refused to go to the shelter, period. He paid hundreds of dollars instead to a breeder, period. B, a family friend wanted only a purebred dog, comma, so he refused to go to the shelter, period. He paid hundreds of dollars instead, comma, to a breeder, period. C, a family friend wanted only a purebred dog, comma, so he refused to go to the shelter, period. He paid hundreds of dollars, hyphen, instead, hyphen, to a breeder, period. Click the correct answer. Check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your into your review document. Now you're ready for question 3. Which of the following sentences correctly includes the conjunctive adverb also? A, also they will not allow any pet to leave until it has had its shots and has been neutered, period. B, also, comma, they will not allow any pet to leave until it has had its shots and has been neutered, period. C, also they, comma, will not allow any pet to leave until it has its shots and has been neutered, period. Click on your answer, check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready for question 4. Which of the following sentences correctly include the conjunctive adverb however? A, I would like you to remember, however, that I have already made the appointment, period. B, I would like you to remember, comma, however, that I have already made the appointment, period. Or C, I would like you to remember, comma, however, comma, that I have already made the appointment, period. Click on the correct answer, or click on your answer, check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready for question 5. Which of the following sentences correctly include the conjunctive adverb consequently? A, Arnold completed the rough draft of his essay, period. Consequently, semicolon, he only needed to revise and edit, period. B, Arnold completed the rough draft of his essay, period. Consequently, comma, he only needed to revise and edit, period. C, Arnold completed the rough draft of his essay, period. Consequently, he only needed to revise and edit, period. Click on your answer, check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document, and you're ready for the 6th question. Which of the following sentences include the correct use of the conjunctive adverb otherwise? A, I have to finish my homework, semicolon, otherwise, comma, I won't be allowed to go to the movies, period. B, I have to finish my homework, comma, otherwise, comma, I won't be allowed to go to the movies, period. C, I have to finish my homework, otherwise, comma, I won't be allowed to go to the movies, period. Click on your answer, check it. Once you know the correct answer, copy and paste the question and correct answer into your review document. Now you're ready to go back up to the top and move on to Module 5. Lesson check. Check your knowledge. Before you begin writing your persuasive essay, it's important to think about what you're trying to accomplish and how you want your reader to react. This will help you as you gather information and build the structure of your essay. Answer the following questions to check your knowledge. Number 1, what are 2 kinds of facts that should be included in a persuasive essay? Can you list them? Let's check and see if you were right. When writing a persuasive essay, you should include both facts that support your opinion and facts that refute your opinion. Number 2, what is the purpose behind including each of these types of facts? Think of your answer. Maybe jot it down. Let's check and see if you're on the right track. Facts that support your opinion help convince your reader that you really understand your topic. When you include facts that refute your opinion, you can then answer any questions your reader might have. Before you complete the quiz, review your work so far and make sure you've completed all activities. This is also your chance to review. So pull up all of those, your vocabulary document, your graphic organizer that we filled out as you did this story, Cats Are Not a Can of Soup. Have that open, the article, have your review documents open, all of those things, read over them real quick, and then you're ready to push the button arrow. Once you have all of those open and you're ready to take the quiz. All right. That's worth a total of 5 points. Probably take you about 5 minutes because there's 5 questions. Remember, you have 3 chances. On this first chance, do your very best. If you don't do so well, watch this video again. Did you take the notes like I showed you? Maybe take some more notes, especially if you know what you missed. And then take it a second time. If you still do not do well the second time, please, please, please come to Open Office or email me where we can set up a small group session or one-on-one session. All right, if y'all have any questions, please email me at ljordan@tvahallsville.org, or you can text or call me at 254-307-0033. If your learning coach has not opted you in to receive calls or text messages from me, be watching your email, or I may possibly reach out to your learning coach. I hope you found this tutorial video helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.